Hey, just to let you know, these videos are pretty old. They're a few months old and I never got around to editing them. If they are labeled with a time, that was filmed in that moment. However, I just never finished editing everything. Now I have a new phone, which makes editing a lot easier. So I hope to upload all of my backlog very shortly. So thank you for sticking around. I hope you get to binge some of these older videos, and let's continue on with the video. Hello, it is T-minus 4 hours until the peace talk accord things happen. So I wanted to vlog my weekend that I'm gonna spend as much as I can reading. I am participating in Realmathon, which I'm sure you know of if you're clicking on this video, but this week we either get additional points or we double our points just by reading books during this weekend. So of course it's going to be a big reading weekend for me. I'm super excited. I am going to be starting off with Good Girl, Bad Blood. This is mostly just because of the fact that I've been waiting for a while to read it, and I feel like tonight is the time. It starts at 6 p.m. my time because of taking into account British time zones. I do have a bit of homework. I have tried to do as much as I can ahead of time, but I'm totally prepared to either take a break from reading to do homework or try to do a bunch of homework right now before the time actually starts. But I'm super excited, and I want to introduce you to how I'm going to be picking my book order. You might remember I use a spinner wheel app for my TBR game, so I decided it'd be really fun if I put all the books that I have on the spinner wheel to decide which ones I will be reading. Now, let me show you something. Posted a picture of this, but these are all the books that I have out from the library right now, as well as Good Girl, Bad Blood. All of those are on a wheel. I'm super excited to spin to see what comes next. I have As Good as Dead, which will of course be the book right after Good Girl, Bad Blood, so I might just read those back to back, but it will be up for the wheel to decide. I am super excited to start this. I am just so eager, and I really wish I didn't have homework because I wish I was on top of it, because if I had like a clean room, clean headspace, I'd kill this thing. But yeah, so I just got back from the library, so I picked up a ton of like novella short story collections. Is that cheating? Who cares? Because I was like, those would probably be really great palate cleansers in between chunkier books. But also, I don't have anything that's super long, so nothing will be like completely dreadful to read. Part of me wants to spin the wheel to see what I'm gonna be reading after Good Girl, Bad Blood anyway, so I forgot I put it on there. Let's spin it. Echo on the Bay. Okay, that's a short story collection. It is right here. And so yeah, super short. I don't think it's actually a short story collection. I think it's just a novella. But that's exciting. And it was from an author I had never read before. So, and it's a translation. See, things are looking up. It is officially peace talks. It is like 6:10. At 6, I was finishing up eating. So I have the readathon sprints up, so I'm super excited. I am gonna take a quick shower because I'm honestly like just feeling gross. It's been super hot, and so every time I go outside I just feel like super muggy and yucky. But then we will be reading, what's the book called? Then we will be reading Good Girl, Bad Blood. Super excited. I am all settled down. If you can see me right there, I have a hair towel in because I just took a shower, but here's the bookmark, the sprints, and I'm gonna set up a timer to time how long it takes me to read this book. I plan on reading this all in one sitting. Let's see how that goes. Wish me luck. Something I also forgot to mention is my goal for this. I hope to read like 6 books. While I'm doing it randomized, there are a few books that are like priority. So Heartstopper, Love on the Brain, those are my priority. Hello, it is 10 p.m. I just finished Good Girl, Bad Blood. I really loved it. It is not as good as the first one, but I think that's to be expected. Some parts of it felt a little clunky, but I still really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars, but I think I'm probably gonna up it
later when I sit on it, but very happy. This got me, let me see, 30 defend points and 18 attack points. I haven't been really good about like doing everything that I had planned in terms of when I was planning last month for what I wanted my Realmathon to look like, but that is a-okay. I'm just happy that I'm reading. So I have this that we're gonna be saying goodbye to, and now I figured we could do a random wheel. So I originally rolled the next book, but then I realized that I forgot a few things on there, like some ebooks and some arcs I need to read, so I have updated this list. If I get Loath to Love You, we are going to just say that that's Love on the Brain. But yeah, I have 18 books on the wheel, and I actually have 19 spaces because I initially had Good Girl, Bad Blood on there. I figured, hey, as a little treat to myself, every time I finish one of these books, I get to replace that with a mood read, so that will help me make sure that I'm actually reading what I want to, because there's a few things that I definitely want to read for Peace Talks. I think that replacing spots that I've already done with mood read options is going to be super motivating to not only finish books, but also to make sure that I can knock some books out. But yeah, super excited. Let's see how this goes. Let's see the next book. Alright, so that's going to be Love on the Brain, because like I said, Loath to Love You is not something that I want to read until after I read Love on the Brain. But yay! It's perfect because I wanted to read it this weekend, and it's low-key like due to the library very soon. But I'm excited. As you can see, it is very floppy. Let's get into this. This should probably take me 2 hours. It should be a really quick read. So I should be updating you guys again at midnight. And then I might start something and go to sleep, or I might just go to sleep. It is almost 2 a.m., but I just finished Love on the Brain. I loved this. In my TBR video, I predicted that I'd love this more than the Love Hypothesis, because for some reason, this is way more hyped up than the Love Hypothesis is. At least what I see people prefer this book way more, and I 100% agree. I'm gonna give it either a 5 or a 4.75 stars, but I'm super excited, super happy I read this. It was fun. I was smiling. There was a little bit of drama. There was a little bit of spice. So good. Alright, I have added an additional choice spot to the wheel. So if I land on that, I get to choose what I read next. Let's see. Sunbear Trials. Okay, I'm not mad at that. So I wanted to spin to see what I'd start reading tomorrow, and I got the Sunbear Trials. Feeling good about this. I really love that it's not a romance, because I try to space the genres out. But yeah, and this is really nice because it's on my TBR for the month, so I'm not like adding extra books. I've read 2 books tonight. I'm gonna go to sleep. We're gonna wake up tomorrow and start this bad boy. Good afternoon. It is now Saturday the 15th, and I have eaten, gotten ready and stuff. I'm in the right headspace to read a book. Let's do it. I finished Love on the Brain last night. Loved it way better than the Love Hypothesis. And that, I just submitted the form for that, so I got 20 defend points and 36 attack points from that. The wheel decided I'd be reading the Sunbear Trials, so we're gonna be doing this. It was super rainy, and so I was kind of excited to get all cozy, but now of course the sun came out, which I'm not complaining, but they decided to start doing yard work. Let's get into this. I got a ton of snacks, so today should just be a cozy reading day. I just took a nap. I read for about 40 minutes, took a nap, woke up, was gonna get some food to read it some more, and I woke up to tornado warnings. So I just got out of shelter in place. I don't know how much focused reading I'm gonna do right now, because I'm just gonna be on my phone to make sure that everyone who is in the area, all of my family members and stuff are okay, because they live a few miles out. Crazy night. I'm gonna be eating microwaved food, which I'm not excited about, but I also don't really want to mess with going outside, so oh well. It is almost 1 a.m. I just finished the Sunbearer trials. I got really distracted and was also on the phone with some family members, so this took me a lot longer than I would have originally anticipated to read. That plus, like, there was a lot of terms that I was Googling, trying to keep up with everyone's names and pronouns and stuff. But I really enjoyed it. It was 7.5 star read. It was really good. I'm just not typically a fantasy person. World building and reading it and trying to figure out everything really stresses me out. So that's like the only reason why this wasn't a full 5 stars. But that's more of the fault of the genre and not the fault of this book. Now we need to choose the next book, and I've had a really bad feeling about this all day. I don't want to jinx it. I don't know if you can hear that, but I just knocked on wood. I don't want to jinx it, but something does not feel right. I just put the Sunbearer trials as a choice option, so we have 3 choice options on the board. I switched out Nevada because I realized that that wouldn't count towards peace talks, because I'm already like halfway through it. I just kind of put it down and didn't pick it back up. So I still need to read it, but I don't really want to read it during peace talks because it won't count towards the bonus points for peace talks. Okay, crossing my fingers. Oh, okay, this is not bad at all. Whew. Okay, awesome. So I technically started this because I opened it and read like 2 pages, but I'm just gonna restart so then I can count it towards peace talks. I could just knock it out right now, probably. I might do that. It is 1:30 and I just finished Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me. It was really good. I really loved the art style, and yeah, of course that was a quick read. It's a graphic novel. It took like 20 minutes. It's like 150 pages, and then I was reading it digitally on Libby, and so it was really nice because I could just continuously scroll. But that has been replaced as a choice on the wheel, so let's spin again. I got very lucky last time, and I'm scared because I had been scared and then everything was okay, but I'm wondering if it's lulling me into a false sense of security. Okay, let's do this. What I'm going to be reading tomorrow. Okay, this is an arc that I should have read forever ago, but guess we're finally doing it. It is a queer adult romance. Hello, it is 1:30 on Sunday, and I just did some homework. I need to do some homework, some more homework, but I'm gonna do that later, because I want to read. But I've been thinking about cheating. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I've been thinking about cheating. I've been thinking about rolling the wheel again and saying, I'll read the lesser of 2 evils. I kind of want to do that. A completely unrelated note, let's spin the wheel. Oh. Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you, I really just want to read Heartstopper because I need to read it during this weekend because I'd get so many points and it'd be such a quick read. Well, Echo on the Bay is also a very quick read. Let's get to reading. I I've been reading my ARC, The Newtown Librarian, for about 45 minutes. I am bored out of my mind. I'm halfway through and I just want to scream, and there's no plot, there's nothing. I thought it was supposed to be a romance. It's like a romance in the sense that she's like attracted to this woman but then doesn't like the fact that she's attracted, and then they hook up, but it's like off screen. It's weird. It's weird. I'm DNFing it. Normally I wouldn't DNF things, but I can't handle this. No, I got to 50% just so that I can mark it down for the peace talks. It feels so good to have DNF'd that and reviewed it and gotten it out of my NetGalley though, because I've had that as my first book from NetGalley for forever. It was released at the end of January, so I got it as a like post-release review, but it just wasn't good. But I have this book which I just picked up on a whim because it's super short, but it sounds pretty good. It is called Echo on the Bay. It's a translated work from Japanese, and here's the description. In a small fishing village, the new police chief's teenage daughter listens to the locals who come to her father with bottles of liquor and stories to tell, reading into their words and poring over the silence they leave behind. As conflicting accounts of horrific violence, including a dangerous attempt to save some indentured Korean coal miner workers from the Japanese military police, and the fate of a group of Chinese refugees, come in and out of focus, she sets out for the bay, where the tide has recently turned red and an ominous boat from the past has suddenly reappeared. So this book is like 150 pages, so pretty short, but it sounds like it's going to be jam-packed. Let's start it. I've been reading for like 10 minutes, but I'm kind of eager to see what the next book is. So I think I'm going to do the same where I roll the wheel and then see which one I get to read. So it will either be Echo on the Bay or whatever I get. Okay, let's see. Choice. Okay, I'm going to do Heartstopper. This big hardcover of Heartstopper, it's probably going to be difficult to read because it is like a really thick hardcover, but let's read it. Stoppers was a very quick read. It took me less than 20 minutes. That was to be expected, but I loved it, of course. I heard that volume 5 was announced, and then it was also announced that volume 6 will be the last volume. I don't really feel like reading the webtoon, so I'm just going to keep on reading the published versions. But yeah, super fun book, super cute. This is something that my boyfriend had wanted me to read for a while, so I'm happy to do so. Time to roll another one. Let's see what it is. Loath to Love You. I can do that. Alright, it's a little bit later. I don't think I have time to read this before the peace talks end, so I'm gonna do my best to read this. Technically the peace talks would be over, but I didn't start my book until 2 hours after it started in my time zone, so I'm gonna say I still have 2 hours, but I also need to eat, so I'm just gonna get food after I read this book. I've been reading for about 40 minutes. I really need to eat, and I don't think I'm going to be able to finish Echo on the Bay by the time Peace Talks ends, because it ends in a little less than an hour. But I am enjoying it. It's definitely a challenge to read, but I kind of knew that going into it. But yeah, that ends the peace talks. I want to thank you guys so much for watching my video, for following along with me. Let me know how many books you read during the peace talks. I think I read 6. I finished 5, and then I DNF'd 1, and then I read half of this. But yeah, super excited. I'm still going to be reading all those books that were options, just obviously not this weekend. But yeah, make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed. Subscribe so you can see my upcoming TBR game. I've almost finished everything on the TBR so far, and I'm only halfway through the month. So that's pretty exciting. I think that I'm going to be earning a reward, which I made some rewards. So that's all going to be explained in the next video, but make sure to subscribe if you want to see it. Thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.